Very good morning. I'm very happy I can see lots of young Buddhist students here in this room. I really appreciate attending this session. Thank you very much. And I'm also thankful to the organizer and beautiful people of beautiful country. And today my topic is the documents of Gelwang Kungapeljo as a primary source of the Treaties of Brug lineage. So before starting my presentation, I just want to recite a prayer. Prayer is it's written by second Gelwang Drukpa Kungapeljo. So from Bardo Soldev, the supplementary prayer of Bardo. So before starting, let me just recite this. Namo Mahamudraya, Chugin Guma Tabu, Tukshipes, Mada Guma, Lejo Tabai, Kunyi Gume, Trova Tenzebe, Tenze Gume, Kula Kazushi. Namo Mahamudraya, through understanding that all phenomena are illusory, one is liberated from impure illusions and reaches the pure enlightened body. In this illusory body, the guide who leads illusory beings, I take refuge. So, as you know, in Tibetan Buddhism, or even you can call Himalayan Buddhism, is categorized as Tembang Atar, the early spread of teaching, and Tempa Chitar. So, there, generally there are 4 schools of Himalayan Buddhism or Tibetan Buddhism, known as Kagyu Nyingma, Gilu, and Sakya, and including Bon, it's 5. So, however, as far as Sendak Rinpoche is a great practitioner. The very few people know he's a great practitioner, and he has said that in the commentary on the preliminary practice, here I quote, as there are 18 different schools in Indian Buddhism, similarly 18 schools also develop in Tibet, as this is found in teaching of Shakyer Sotu Rangdwe. And similarly, according to Jamyang Kondro Rinpoche said there are 8 great cadets of practice lineage in Tibetan are Nyingma, Kadam, Lamde, Kargyud, Shangpa, Shichet, Joduk, and Ngendruk. The Kargyud lineage is one of the schools of Tibetan Buddhism. So, Kargyud basically it's a combination of 2 syllables, the Ka and Gyud. Ka generally refers to the words of Buddha in Tibetan. The words of Buddha covers into 3 collections of teaching, which known as Denusum, and also the 4 sections of Tantra, which are known as in Tibetan Buddhishi. And also in Kagyu lineage, it refers to the 4 immaculate instructions of Vajradhara. Now in Dpal lineage, it calls the immaculate instructions are Tawato de Bachagachimbo, Gombato de Banarochuru, Chubato de Barongim Gundu, and then Tendiraptun, right? So there is 4 immaculate instructions included as view of Mahamudra and the meditation of 6 practices of Naropa, the character of 6 equal tests, and the result of 7 interdependence. And also the Ka, you can refer to the teaching of He Vajraya and Guya Samaja and so and so. And Gyud generally it means transmission. In Sanskrit it's a parampara, Dalai Lama always referred Indian as there is a rich tradition of Guru Shiksha parampara, right? So, and according to Sutrayana, there are 3 lineages: the lineages of profound view, the lineages of vast action, the lineages of blessing. I don't want to talk much on this because we have very limited time. So, and again, there are 3 lineages as especially Nyingma and Dupakagyu, Gyawa Gungyu ki Lama, Rigzen Gyupa, and Gangsa Ningyu ki Lama, right? So So that is the intentional lineage of Buddha, the symbolic lineage of awareness holder, and the oral lineage of mundane individuals, right? So in nutshell, the Kagyut means oral instruction lineage, which means the continuous immaculate stream of sutra teachings and tantra taught by the Buddha coming down to the great master Tilopa, reach till the respective lineage master in an uninterrupted sequence is called Kagyutpa, right? And again, like, when there are two viewpoints of receiving this immaculate instruction, like Ringyud and Nigyud, right? So I don't want to discuss much about, like, if anyone wants to know, please, we can discuss during the tea time. And Kagyud, the term, very term, is an invention, in Tibetan invention, like, because, but many scholars believe that it's the invention of Gampopa, right? However, like, that very Kagyut, it's can be found in the Doha of Marba Lotsawa. So it's a obviously, if we can found in his Doha, that means it's a it's not an invention of Gampopa. It's rather it's an invention of Marba Lotsawa, right? And also this lineage, before reaching to Tibet, as known as Dubgyu. Dubgyu is in Sanskrit Sadhavadna, Sadhana Vada, and also Adi Yoga Vada, Nimbu Dwengi Gyuba, and Upadesha Vada, Menagi Gyuba, and Ma Mudra Vada, Charchengi Gyuba, and also Sechyana, that is Henkegi Thekba, right? So, and again, like, there's a different way of writing the Kagyu and Kargyu, and Kargyu is mainly used in Drupa Kagyu lineage, right? Especially Drupa Kagyu lineage, and in Marbe Drupta, written by a Tibetan scholar, said the term Kargyu is used first time in Kungen Padma Karpo, right? However, the Kargyu can be found again in the work of collected works of Kunga Peljor. That means it's not invention of Kungi Padma Karpo, rather it's invention of Kunga Peljor. Okay, so and again, like, Tuken Lobsang Tuken Drupta, it's a quite popular Drupta. So Tuken Lobsang Chugi Nima said, the later in some literature Drupa master, the term Kargyut is found as they use merely by bearing in mind the tradition of wearing white cotton garment by practitioner of this lineage like Marba and Jidimela Repa and Ling Repa. And he further said that he finds the Kargyut instead of Kargyut is more suitable. The Kargyut means holder of oral transmission of four immaculate instruction. I believe, like, such kind of negation should not come, because, like, the Kargyut, like, those who the follower of white garments are marginalized. Now slowly, like, that very tradition is disappearing. So instead of negating, we have to emphasize like very beautiful the tradition. And second, now please don't click picture of this. Why I'm saying this is, like, there was some mistake here. So later I can give you if you want it. So Drupa Kagyu, I don't want to, like, because we have limited time, so Drupa Kagyu, everyone knows, is founded by Sangpa Gyare, and after Sangpa Gyare, and there's this middle Drupa, the founder is Onde Dharma Singye, and it's no, Gyawa Gotsangpa, it is not founder of lower Drupa, it is a founder of upper Drupa, okay? So for the correction I'm saying, and Gyawa Lorepa is the founder of lower Drupa. And please, like, it's very interesting, like, Gyawa Gotsangpa, Gyawa Lorepa, they have written a lot, like, but hardly people interested in, their beautiful work, like, again, like, Drupto Thangdong Gyalpo, Drupto Thangdong Gyalpo is like great students of Kunga Peljor, but we know him as a drum only, artist, right? More than that, like, he has written a lot on, the practice that we have to, we should learn about it, right? We only know him as only artist, that's it, right? From Onde Dharma Singye, again, like, Gyawan Jamyang Chota, the Kunga Peljor, and Kunkin Padma Karpo. And after Kunkin Padma Karpo, there's a Shatung Mawan Wangyel and Gelong Pasangpo, like, as an incarnation, right? So the very country, this country is a follower of Southern Drukpa, and also in Ladakh, also we have a monastery who is a follower of Southern Drukpa, and Gelwang Pasa Wangpo is a follower of Northern Drukpa. Right now, I'll just discuss on the work because this lineage has an abounding treatises. Despite this lineage emphasize on practice by self-alienating, the Siddhas of this lineage also played a paramount role in enriching Tibetan Buddhist literature. Beginning with the first Gelwang Drukpa Tsangpa Gyare, the founder of Drupa lineage, there is one volume of his composition that includes 19 texts as per the following version that I've shared here, and I'm very happy that Dr. Senji is here. When I saw his paper, I was truly happy, because there are very few academicians who works for the Drupa Kagyu lineage. So we are mostly into practice, quite shy, come into the society and do something to preserve. So I really appreciate Dr. Senji, and please do read, if anyone interested in to knowing the life story of Tsangpa Gyare and his documents. He has written his paper written an introduction to the collected works of the founder of the Drupa Kagyu school, Tsangpa Gyare. You'll find there. So there are many instructions, including the 8 great instruction of Tsangpa Gyare. However, there's a Gentashi Namgyala, I should say this he's very down to earth, very humble teacher, and he has contributed a lot. He's a great scholar. So when I asked him, why there's a very limited, teachings of Tsangpa Gyare, and he said, there should be more than 1 volume, but due to the misplacement and damage during the Cultural Revolution launched by Mao Zedong in 1966, right? So there's a big loss. And now, second, I don't have to talk much. Everyone knows about the Gelwang Drukpa, fourth Gelwang Drukpa, Kungyen Padma Karpo. He has written a lot. So this part I skip, but I have shared all the detail where you find all his documents, right? Then Gelwang Lorepa, Gelwang Lorepa. Gelwang Lorepa, he has written 5 volumes, and there are 42 texts. The following his collected works can be accessed through BDRC due to the noble contribution of Khenpo Shirubla. Khenpo Shirubla is a Buddhist. All the students, Buddhist students should know, it's a Buddhist. He worked really hard to preserve the very literature of Drupa lineage. He is based in Kathmandu. Very few people give credit. That's how our role is. And finally, Gelwang Gotsangpa and Gelwang Lorepa and Gelwang Gotsangpa. If you know their literature, then you will find Sabdra website is there. So you will find all the literature, their literatures. Gelwang Gotsangpa is the founder of Upper Drupa. He is known for his Song of Realization and believed to be an emanation of Jitun Milarepa. He traveled widely to spread the teachings. He has written 5 volumes that include 57 texts and easily available access through BDRC. Right? So now, and there, and also there are many other masters of this lineage like Gelwa Yangwenpa, Drupa Sangye Dorje, and Drupa Yongzin Shugin Nangwa, Byokheba, Jekembo Gindun Rinchen, Gindun Rinchen. Please, we have to study the literature. It's so precious, we have to preserve this. And now I want to, I don't want to talk much about the life story of Khunka Peljo. Through this stanza, you will come to know how great he is, right? I'll just read it. In his spiritual songs, he writes, due to the activation of karmic continuity of former practice, I met many qualified teachers and engaged myself into listening, contemplating, and meditating whole time. I find different qualities from different masters, right? And through this line, you come to know how scholar he is, right? After this, the monastic seat in connection to my native place has become the Lord of the eight worldly concern to my mind. Through this line, you'll know how good practitioner he is. He left everything and he started practicing whatever he has studied. Right now, the Kunga Peljur, there are 2 volumes of his written work that contain 24 texts on various subjects of Buddhism. I've gone through 2 versions of collected work given below. Please go through it. It's quite very interesting. And now, it's as a conclusion, how the documents of Gelwang Kunga Peljur as a primary source of the Treaties of Brug lineage, right? Why not Sambagere, and why not Gewa Gozangpa, and why not Onre Dharma Singhe, right? So, since there is a collected work of Dogen Sambagere, it is difficult to declare that the documents of Gelwang Kunga Peljur as a primary source of the Treaties of Brug lineage. However, 19 texts that are available in his only volume doesn't cover all the teachings of Buddhism, despite he was a great scholar and renowned practitioner. It is said that most of the work must have misplaced or vanished during cultural revolution in Tibet, as I mentioned earlier. On the contrary, the documents of Gelwang Kunga Peljur almost cover the complete teaching of Buddhism, because he is one of the earliest Drupa master who got recognition for this expertise in Buddhist teaching and the practice. Additionally, he has written 2 volumes of literature, and almost on all the subjects of Buddhism have been discussed thoroughly. The text, this text is very important. Zamdung Gompe Terzu Dube Shingba. If you study this, almost you will understand the entire the Buddhism in a very, we call Dhamma, no? Dhamma, it's a Dhamma of Gelwang Kunga Peljur. So it's very interesting to study, as merely this text covers many areas of Buddhist studies. Given explanation of different points of philosophy are crisp and clear, I think Kunkin Padma Karpo methods of writing in crisp and clear, but Kunkin Padma Karpo known for writing, crisp and clear. I think it's also developed from this particular text of Gelwang Kunga Peljur, the text Zamdong Kombe Terzu Dube Shingba, right? So I think I'll just, I've given this, you can just, given the Kunga Peljur work of his collected works. First, if you see the Neju Shi, Sheldam, Sangjin Dube, Loyang, that, there, other side, you will find all the, the same, topics that Kunkin Padma Karpo has written. And next, second one, Zabdung Gongpe Terzo Dube Shingba. And in this, there is a resemblance in teaching. Like in this particular Zamdung Gongpe Terzo Dube Shingba, it covers the teaching of Kunkin Padma Karpo, the Chogur Ripasungi Dokchu, and Shechin Lungla Jupego, and also Chung Mbodzu, Undo Gien, Uma Yang Baba Jupa, Uma Shunu Silver Jepe, Mundu Dube Shingba, the Bochushi, Sawakibu Lamgi Sumba, and also, it's in a nutshell, it can be cover everything, in one text. Though Kunkin Padma Karpo has written so many texts, but if someone who really want to study Buddhism very seriously, if you go through one text, you will understand the entire teaching of Kunkin Padma Karpo in a very short period of time. And also Pel Tapangi Guba, and also there's a Tagni Chebe Namba Tiba, it's there. And also similarly, Chagachimbo, Hinji Kejur Giti, and also if you cite other side, Kunkin Padma Karpo, Chajin Gevegense, Chajin Sindi, right? And also similarly, and if and on the Naruchodo is a very important practice of Dpal lineage and in Kyrgyz in general. So Pel Naruchodo Giti, and also similarly the Kungi Padmagapo has written Churugi Sendi, and also very popular the Chujung Tebeng Inje, right? The religious history of Tibet. Chujung Tebeng Inje. Again, like you will find the Kunga Peljor text Kyrgyz Chujung, right? So I think I've given all the this comparison. I've compared this text, comparing these two great personalities. Then you can understand that it's worth considering the work of Kunga Peljor as a primary source of Drupa Kyrgyz lineage. I'll just wind up my presentation thanking Lama Tony Duff. Lama Tony Duff has worked a lot, in terms of gathering the collection of Drupa lineage. And again, Tsungyi Rinpoche also worked, gathering all the Drupa lineage. And also Kimpo Jingmela. Kimpo Jingmela is from Darjeeling Monastery, Tuden Sangachule. He has worked tirelessly. And also Kimpo Shidrup, of course, right? And last point, Tsibri Parma. Tsibri Parma is a very popular literature. Tsibri Parma collection of works of Kyrgyz in general, and particularly the work of Drupa lineage. Tsibri is collected by the Tujipema Chuge. Tujipema Chuge is a student of Drupang Shakeshiri, a great practitioner, right? With this, I'll wind up this presentation, and thank you very much.